Okay. So, is there any doubt whatever we discussed in the first session, previous session regarding Hibernate? All clear?
I think you forgot to send the libraries of Hibernate.
I sent it, no?
No, sir, jar.
Jar files, yes.
Yeah, you
I
cannot
didn't
send it.
send.
Yes, sir.
Then why you didn't put mail? Why you are waiting up to this? Huh? You can even download it, no?
Yeah, I tried, but I did not get it.
There are two jar files. You can simply download. Hmm? Chandra, did you download it?
Yeah, sir, I downloaded. I even sent to Srijan.
Praveen?
Yeah,
Then what
I
happened,
downloaded it, Pasha.
Srijan? Yeah, Srijan, you got
Yeah, I
it?
tried with them. Yeah, I tried
Hmm.
with them, but it's saying that class not found exception.
What class not found exception? Did you run this, Chandra?
No, sir, not yet.
What's the problem?
Also, it does not contain. It doesn't contain the OJDBC jar file.
OJDBC also it's already a sent in the old one, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Even if
tried. I tried keeping that jar file also, but I did not get the execution.
Maybe because it's not in the path,
What?
build path.
hello,
Yes, sir.
show me your screen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
These are the Hibernate libraries.
Why you twice imported?
No, sir. It doesn't. It does not contain OJDBC jar file.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, just say okay and show me the error. Hello. Hmm.
Mm.
What you are running?
Yeah, Hibernate demo.
Cancel it. How can you run like that? Wait. Open this SRC. Right click on the project. There is some error, right? Property. Hmm. Why Apache Tomcat? Why all this? You opened. What is this? What you did? You opened Hibernate demo in web application. Cancel it. You are not watching videos?
Yeah, I tried. I did not watch
Huh?
it directly tried it.
What, man?
Yeah.
Watch the video clearly, try to understand. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Chandra, can you show me your problem?
No, sir, I haven't started running it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try
Praveen,
and then.
did you run the program?
Yeah, I ran the program. Everything looks good to me. I could able
Okay.
to do it.
Good, good. Guys, you try, huh?
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Right. See, how to work with Hibernate methods, right? We already seen and we'll continue that. How to insert, how to retrieve data. Is it okay? Hmm? This is the way of creating project. Normal core Java, like, and add the libraries. Hmm. Hibernate, right? So there is a user library we created, right? That's it. Finish. Next, we'll pick. See, everything is same. Configuration, mapping, okay, and student bean, everything is same. There is nothing change. Okay, this update auto must be there because otherwise it will create one more project, one more table. Okay, until and unless in insert program, insert also you have to make sure that it should be update if you are already having table. And now you see just client pages change. What is this program is? See, we are just going to update the records, update the existing record values. What is existing record? First let us see. Okay, 10 Pasha, 20 Sachin. I am making 20 as a Sachin Tendulkar instead of Sachin, right? So let's take 20. Let's take 20 as a number. Make the changes here. Prepare object with new values instead of 88. Okay. Now 99. I am going to change it to 79. Okay, I'll make it 100. Okay. Marks 100 I am setting. Sachin Tendulkar I am setting his name. And later I need to perform the operation like we need to transaction and we need to invoke the method update and set the object S. After setting the object, what happens? According to this record, it will find the record and automatically it will update. It will update the values in the particular record. Right? Understand, guys? Hello? So the reason is what happens when you invoke the update command, immediately this corresponding record will enter into a stage called persistence stage. Before it will be in transient stage. What does it mean? So in transient stage, we can insert, we can do whatever we want, but when once you update or once you save the, use the save method, automatically the current record went to transient stage. What does it mean? The transient stage means whatever the changes you make to the object, whatever the changes you make, see the previously whatever you make the changes, it will not automatically happen to the original table because it was in a transient stage. It is called as a transient stage. So if the record status has become into persistent stage, means whatever the changes you make to the record, corresponding record, so that automatically will take effect. Understand? Then when you commit, automatically it will be saved. That is the thing happens here. Understand, guys? Is it clear? And now you can see when I run this program, there is an error. Why? Cannot open the connection. Sorry. It's system. Okay, object saved successfully. Now you can go and check in your table what is the status. Sachin Tendulkar has become 100 marks. Update. Understand, this is the way how can I update. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear?
Yes.
Right. So this is the way how to update the records. Right. Mm. Next we'll see the deletion. Same. But for deletion, what we are doing, whenever you when you run the load method, this particular record of Sachin, or you want to load the record of Pasha, you can give the ID number, which is a primary key here. You specify it, and it will be loaded into the memory. It will be loaded into the memory. Understand, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It will be loaded into the memory, and then the same object you are sending into the delete method. What does it mean? So when you send the object into the delete method, then automatically the data related to this particular record, similar record, will be deleted from the table. You prepare the similar table with the value and you delete it. That's it. The matching row from the table will be deleted, guys. That is a simple logic. You don't need to write any. And you can see if I add one line to the property show underscore SQL. So if I add this property, to my configuration, and you can see what exactly happening. Every statement will be displayed as a SQL query. See, first select command, then delete command, guys. Understand? Understand? First it will load the data, and the same data which is loaded into object we are putting into the delete method. So it will delete the matching row. Run Java application. Do you have Pasha? 10? It's gone, right? So simple. It is not even asking you to delete the perform the delete query or select query. Okay, this is not a problem. I'm trying to delete the record which is not exist. Is it clear, guys? So deletion means what? First you need to load the record into the corresponding object and put that object into delete method, then save it. Permanently saved. This is so simple for deletion option. Understand, guys? And you can see one more concept called annotation based program. What is annotation? See, instead of Hibernate mapping file, everywhere we have used mapping file, right? To inform the Hibernate container what type of file, what type of bean we are going to persist, we need to write a mapping file, right? Instead of mapping file, XML file, we can write an annotation inside the bean. So that automatically hint the container that what exactly the status of the table, the bean and its properties. And you can see here, Control Shift O. There should be one more. There should be one more jar file I need to add when you are working with the annotations. I don't think there is a jar file. Java x.persistence. Let's check in the build path. Do we have that library? Java X. No, we don't have. So we need to attach the library, or we do one thing, we'll modify. We'll modify the same one. So go to edit. Sorry. Select the project, edit, user libraries, add external jar. The additional jar file name is, I have in desktop, Java x.persistence. No. Java x.persistence. This jar file we have to additionally attach, guys. Finish. Finish. Control Shift O. See, all the errors are gone almost, right? And here there is another problem. Table is org Hibernate. The entity table also must be imported from the persistence instead of Hibernate. Entity Java x.persistence, Hibernate table Java x.persistence. It's gone. Understand, guys? Everything is success now. So this entity annotation, if you put here, okay, top of the table name, bean name, then automatically Hibernate container can understand that this class, this object, this class object has to be persist in the table. So you don't need to specify this class name and the table name inside the mapping. Instead of that, you can put the entity in the top of the class, then automatically the container can understand that this is the object. This is the object which has to persist, guys. Next, what is this table? Okay, if you don't specify table, the table inside the database is created with the student name. But if you want to make any changes to the table name, you can write specifically the table attribute. So instead of creating a table with the student name, it will create the table with the student detail. That is the meaning. Sorry guys. And you see, if you don't put table and annotation, the table of the database is created along with the same bean name. But if you want specifically give the table name, you use the table annotation, right? Then similarly, there is annotation called ID and column. ID means what? As you know that ID is a annotation which informs the container that okay, you create this particular columns along with this property that contains primary key. Okay. The ID column specifies the given column should be created along with the primary key. And if it is a normal, if the column name is given with the column annotation, then non-primary key column is created. Non-primary key column is created. Understand that is the meaning of this column tag and ID tag. ID means specially it will give the, it will create the table column with primary key, and if it is only normal column you have given, it will normally create, and you can also specify the length of the column. Understand guys? So these are the simple annotation we need to create it. Now first we'll see whether it is working or not, then we'll come back to see. Do I have Hibernate mapping here? Do I have Hibernate mapping guys?
No.
No. You see, without mapping also I am directly able to run this project. Why it is giving error? Mapping exception. Oh, sorry. I have to do one more change here. When you are working with the classes, okay, it is class. Good. Then what? Why mapping exception? Annotation configuration is required. Okay, okay. In the client page, we should specify. In the client page, we should specify the annotation configuration instead of normal configuration. See, new annotation configuration. Okay. Then this must be changed. Yeah, now it's working. Both the tables are persisted, and you can see the result back also, right? See, what is the table? Select star from student underscore details, right? See, the table is created with the proper columns. And if you observe the program, create, okay. If you observe the program, you will get back the details, right? See, both the records you get back. How it happened? Because I have given one more process here. I done one more process. This is called as what? Hibernate query language. See, after setting the data, I'm using Hibernate query language. It's very simple. In the Hibernate query language, session.createQuery method you have to invoke, like our execute query method in the Java JDBC, and you give the table name. You are not picking from student details, guys. You are picking from where? Student table. That is the main difference between the normal SQL query and Hibernate query. So from student you are getting. So this is database dependent because of this reason. See, I'm not directly picking from the table. I'm not writing the SQL query. This is the common query for any database. Oracle, MySQL, whatever the database use, it can pick the data. See, based on the given object class name, it will automatically map the corresponding table and it will pick the data for you. And if you observe here how it is picking the data, after creating query, you just say list. The data will be directly inserted into list, guys. If you observe our previous Java, JSP and servlet project, what we have done there, we selected into result set. From the result set, we one by one row will be added to the array list, right? Okay. Chandra?
Yeah, sir.
In the previous project, we have seen get all customers. What we did? We get all the customers into result set. From the result set, we pick the data and we add it to our array list, right?
Yeah.
The whole code we have written, but directly you see the data is directly picking into the list. This is the advantage of Hibernate. From the list, we are directly able to print the data by typecasting into student object. That's it. Or you can directly use the for each method, for each loop, directly it will print the data. Understand? See, directly you are able to print the data. Is it not? This is Hibernate query language which will directly pick the data and store into the list. For this you have to write lot of code. If you observe your previous project, get all customers, you go and check and you compare with this particular line of code. Understand? Then you will come to know what exactly happening here. Understand, guys?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Is it clear now? So this is way how can we perform annotated Hibernate transaction. Any doubts here? And if you observe, there are a lot of annotations are available. Suppose if you want the address class, do not involve, sorry, Java x dot persistence. Everything you import from the x dot persistence only. So if you want this address class to be skipped from the persistence, then you can use the transient tab. Understand? And any column you want to become a large block, then you use lob. You know blob and clob inside the database?
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Yeah, you can make a particular column as a log column. This is the annotation which will convert your column into a lengthy column. And this transient means, see, do you have address here? Yes. Now I enable the transient for address. And if you run it, if you run it, you can see, okay, let me check the directly. Do you have address? Do you have address here? No, that's it. So simply we can skip the column of persistence by using transient keyword. It skips the column from persistence. That's it. That is the transient key. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
That is important. Any doubts here?
No.
Okay, you just practice these things, right?
Okay.
And shall we continue? Or you want to practice? See, you did not practice these topics, right? Go and practice. Anyhow, I will send the jar files again and attach this and including annotations also. You practice all this. Okay, I will send these three programs. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow same time, guys. 8 o'clock only. We'll start at 8 a.m. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay? Bye. Go through this.